Welcome back, fans of all things Disney. Before the hurricane comes in, I wanted to do a quick update on our most recent trip to Walt Disney World. We actually just got back yesterday from a quick just 2-night stay at Pop Century, but we were able to go to Galaxy's Edge. Now, we didn't go on the opening day for Galaxy's Edge, but we did make it in for day 2, and it was fantastic. For somebody who is a full-on Star Wars nerd, I love everything about Star Wars. It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So I just thought I would go through and I would share with you some of the goodies that we found both at Galaxy's Edge, but also just throughout the weekend, because of course you have to make it a full Disney trip when you go to Disney. And then also just kind of share a couple of the quick little things that we tried when we were there. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the merchandise that we purchased, because of course shopping is near and dear to my heart. You all know that. And I'm going to start with some of the smaller items just because I thought they were really, really adorable. So I knew that this was going to happen just because I had been following along with some of the, little updates that they would do and some of the news that was coming out. But they had even Dasani and Coke products that are done up in that language of Batuu. Right? So the land that you're in Galaxy's Edge is Batuu, and this language is, I believe it is native to that location. So Coca-Cola, Dasani, we did not get any of the Sprite products at all, but the Dasani water bottle is pretty simple. It's just the different alphabet. However, one of the things that's really cool about these is that these are made to look like thermal detonators. From Return of the Jedi, when Leia is breaking in to try to get Han out of the carbonite. So she has a thermal detonator, and that is what these are kind of made to look like. It's just such a silly product to have created, and I love it. I don't care that it's silly. I love it. So I'm probably going to put one of these in my classroom because so we have all been asked to start a club at my school that can be done during our homeroom time. Our homeroom time that we have, it's about 30 minutes, and it'll be every couple of weeks. And there's a ton of kids at my high school who absolutely love Star Wars, and I love Star Wars. So we're going to have a Star Wars club, and it's going to be fabulous, and they will appreciate the silly Coca-Cola thermal detonator bottle. So I will have one of those in my classroom for them. One of the other things that my daughter grabbed, actually, and she is not a Star Wars fan, but she is a fan of popcorn, right? So they came out with a Star Wars popcorn bucket, Disney and their popcorn bucket. So you can see this. And just from judging from the landscape and the type of vehicles that are on there, this is clearly from Empire Strikes Back. It looks like they are on Hoth because they have the snow speeders there as I drop the bucket. But this is a great popcorn bucket. It's $10 anytime you buy a popcorn bucket like this, and it's just $2 to refill, and I think we've refilled it 3, maybe 4 times over the 2 days that we were there, because the whole family just loves popcorn. I have 2 really awesome items that I'm going to share in just a minute, not to imply that this next one is not awesome, because it definitely is. But they're kind of special, and I have to talk about the activity that went along with them. But this is quite heavy. My son actually treated me to this. My son and I are both Star Wars fans, right? I raised him right, and he grew up on Star Wars, on Clone Wars. It's the kind of thing that we have always done together. We go and we see those new Star Wars movies. But so going to Galaxy's Edge, the way that we did, he and I went together. We got up, we were there at Park Open on day 2. We did all of the activities together, so it was really fun. But by the end of the day, I had been looking at this. I had gone into the little toy shop that they have in Galaxy's Edge probably 5 times, and I kept saying, oh, that's so cute, oh, that's so cute. So I'll show you that. So the Dejarik board game with checkers. So this, if you don't know, in episode 4, New Hope, when Luke is practicing, he's starting to practice with the lightsaber for the first time. Chewbacca and R2-D2 are playing the hologram chess, right? Dejarik, I believe is the correct pronunciation for it. And that's when you get that famous line from Han about the whole, Wookiees don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose, right? So that is when that happened. And this is set up like this. Obviously, it is a wooden set, but you can see the different characters there. And then also, it's got checkers. So if you just want to play a game of checkers, you can do that on the game board. So now this was a $50 set, which, considering how heavy it is and the theming and everything like that, I really didn't think that that was terrible. But then we also get 20% off of that because we're Vacation Club members as well as annual pass holders. So it actually came out to be about $42 with tax. And again, I really don't think that that's a terrible price for this. And regardless, it's awesome, and we're going to play it, and it's going to be fantastic because it was a gift from my boy, who is a Star Wars fan, along with his mama, who is a Star Wars fan. So that's going to be fun to go through and to play that for the first time. So now these other two items, let me just make sure I don't have any. We were pretty good when we were in Galaxy's Edge as far as like just buying a whole bunch of stuff. Because we live here, we can go back frequently. I just wanted to get a few quick things. But these next two were things that had to happen. Now we toyed around with doing the lightsaber build, but we agreed that building the droids would be by far the more fun activity because we both could do it. It was $99 to build a droid. My son built this one, and I don't have his remote control, it's in his room, but my son built this one, and so he got to pick out all of those different pieces and everything, and then he put it together, and then I built a BB unit, which I'll show you in just a second. But one of the things that's really great about this entire activity is that, yes, it's $100 per droid, but it's manageable. The lightsaber build was $200 per person. You could build just one, and then somebody could be there to have the experience with you, but we each wanted to have a droid. So for $200, we both were able to have that experience, and it's ridiculous the amount of fun we have had with these. Now, these are plastic, and they're pretty sturdy, so you can just imagine what we have done with these here at the house, right? We are having droid battles with them on the floor, and mine typically loses because it's a BB unit. It is not quite as sturdy as the R2 unit, but so much fun to do this, and I'm so glad that we did this experience as opposed to the lightsaber experience, which I know I'll do at some point. We'll build a lightsaber and all of that, but just the money itself, this was by far the more economical choice, and I think it was the more fun choice, to be honest, because while I saw a ton of people walking around with lightsabers and having fun with them in the pictures and things like that, we have just been able to play, and that was one of the goals that we wanted to do with this activity, is just simply to be able to play. So this is my son's, and he has affectionately named it Timmy. So this is Timmy, the R2 unit. Not exactly positive why, but the reason I'm going to show you the different pieces is I just want to walk you through the build process. I didn't do any video when we were in Galaxy's Edge to kind of overlay here to show you because I was with my son. I wanted to experience it with my son, so we don't have any video. I wasn't focused on doing any of that. I just wanted to be with him. But I can tell you what we ended up doing, and basically when you go to do the build, you pay for it first, and then you decide which one you want. Do you want an R2 unit? Do you want a BB unit? You go over to the conveyor belt, and once you've decided which one you want, they give you a bin, and it's got the directions right in the bottom of the bin as far as which pieces you need to find off of the conveyor. You need to make sure that you have, if you're getting a R2 unit, you got to get the legs, which they're taped together, so you can't just get one. You have to get both, so you can't mess it up. You got to get your body, you got to get the dome, you got to get your, I believe it's the motor that's inside of it. You know, so there are little pieces that you do have to get, and then you bring it over to the build station, and you are given step-by-step directions on what you have to do to put it together. The screwdriver is there for you to be able to attach everything, and there are plenty of people there to help, which we needed. We actually needed on a couple of the steps because we were messing up fairly mightily. But you have full control over kind of the coloring that you want for your droid. If you want things to be see-through, or if you want them to be the solid plastic like you see there. And so he decided to set this one up in these colors, and I maybe offered a couple of exceptions, or ideas I should say, here or there, but I think it came out in an awesome way. It looks like a BB unit, but it definitely does, oh, I'm sorry, like an R2 unit, but it is not R2-D2 very clearly, and that's what he wanted. Now the other thing that I wanted to show you is that they come in these little custom astromech unit boxes, right? And one of the things that was really great about these boxes is because they had that little window, that little cutout. We could see them, and we could interact with them, and they could interact with each other throughout the land. So I'm gonna pull mine out here, and you can see her. Now I have called her Sassy. This is Sassy, the BB-8 unit. Or BB unit, I should say, and her name is Sassy. Now, one of the things that's unique about the BB units, the head just comes off. It is just magnetic, and so when they are battling with each other, this head goes flying, but luckily it's not needed because I can just keep rolling this around. It's like a big old soccer ball rolling around on the ground. And then when I want to put the head back on, I just set it on there, and it's there. Now, I'll turn the remote on, but with the BB units, they actually, both of them will go to sleep if you are not using them. So let's try this. Yep, so mine has gone to sleep. So I'll show you real quick all that you have to do. With the R2 unit, you just have, there's a little switch on it, and you can turn it back on. But with the BB unit, you have to unscrew that. You have to just kind of take that out. And then there's a little switch. This is the little motor and everything that's in there. You find the switch. You just have to switch it off, switch it back on, tuck it back in, and then you have your two little red arrows that are on there for you, and then you just have to screw it back together. And then I'm going to put her head back on, and then let's see here. Here's my little remote control for her. And then you can kind of see she's fully functioning. Now, if I put her down on the ground, you would be able to see it rolling all over the place. And she's like a weebly wobbly, right? But there she is, she's talking. We did not choose to get any of the extra little chips that you can get to go in there with different sound effects and different noises that they make. But you can kind of see how she is, right? And she really, she's just adorable. But because she's a BB unit, she's very much like you see BB-8, kind of a weebly wobbly when you're in the movies. The R2 unit is much easier to control, much easier to control. But I don't know, I just really wanted this particular unit, and I have her, so I'm very excited. So those were kind of the things that we got when we were in Galaxy's Edge. Now, while I'm tucking things away, I'll share a couple other things. We did end up eating quite a bit of the food. We went to Ronto Roasters first thing in the morning because, of course, I got my son up very early. He was not really feeling it to be up that early. So we went to Ronto Roasters, and I got him the breakfast wrap, which was really good. Disney Food Blog was not lying about that. That was excellent. So we tried that one, and then we also tried, there was a regular Ronto wrap, and that was really good as well. Not as good, I don't think, as the breakfast one. I agree wholeheartedly with Disney Food Blog. The breakfast wrap is outstanding. But we also ended up going to launching, I'm gonna get it wrong, Docking Bay 7. Docking Bay 7, I believe that it was. And that was awesome. Docking Bay 7 was by far the better place to eat in there, for just this one respect. There's a place that you can eat inside, and the theming is fantastic. It's awesome, and there's air conditioning and all of that. But then they also have an outdoor courtyard area that is set up, and that was fantastic. We were just tired. We wanted to sit. We had to wait for our droids to be built. So we went ahead and we grabbed, it was like a little sample platter or something like that. And we got a couple of beverages. I think I ended up getting the moof juice or something like that. It was awesome. It was actually pretty good. And we just sat there for about an hour and we waited to do the droid build. But we were able to sit in peace and quiet in this cute little courtyard area that was all done up with theming. And it was really a nice experience. So while I would try both, if you have to pick one or the other, I would definitely go for Docking Bay 7, only because that little outdoor courtyard was awesome. Or if you're dying for some air conditioning, then stay inside and you can just kind of hang out in there. The other thing that I tried was the blue milk, which of course you have to get. The blue milk was really good. It was very sweet. I don't know that I'll get it again. It was tasty. It was not like milk in any way. It was kind of like a creamy slushy. And it was really tasty, but it was very fruity. It certainly did the trick. So really interesting purchases on food there. That was pretty much it. We didn't get into Oga's Cantina because we didn't want to do the wait and I didn't have a reservation. But also this weekend, in addition to Galaxy's Edge, we also did some basic shopping, and I'll share this. We did get some Haunted Mansion ears for my daughter. Those are so cute. I'll just kind of show those up there for you. And I didn't even know that these were out, but these were $27.99. But again, with the discount, it brings those down. And then what else did we get? My daughter wanted some of the Disney food straws, and those were $9.99. I'll show you there though, so you can see that. Oops, sorry about that glare. And then what else did we get? I'll show you that last because that's pretty cool. Then she also wanted to get the Spice and Tea Exchange stainless steel straw set, Sip Sip Hooray. So she wanted these, and this came from the Disney spice store that they have down there. And I'll just kind of show you those. Now, how silly is it, right, that she got plastic straws and she also got metal straws? But when we go to Disney, if there's something simple that she wants to get that doesn't cost very much, of course, I allow that. And these were, I think, $14.99. No discount on those, though. And then I think the last thing that we got, we actually went over to one of the art galleries at Disney Springs. And the artist for this work was there. So let me see if I can see his name. Alan Fox is the name of the artist. And he was there and he signed these and he actually wrote my daughter a cute little poem. So here is, oh, that's such a terrible glare. So I'm going to try. I'm so sorry about that. So this is one of the prints or paintings that she purchased, right? And these were originally $20 each. But because he was there, he said, buy one, get one free. So I actually got her the two. So you can see, it's just so pretty. We're going to get that framed for her room. Oh, and there goes one. There goes my little droid. So that is gorgeous. And then she also picked out this one here as her free one. And again, these are from Alan Fox. And we picked these up at that, it's like a pop art gallery over by Splitsville. But such a great gift for her, and the little poem on the back, and he of course signed both of them for her. So that was just a fun experience. It's one of the things I love most about Disney Springs is you can just get stuff you really can't get other places. So that was really great. So just finishing up, going back to Galaxy's Edge, if you're a Star Wars fan, you will love it. It's fantastic. That Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run ride is awesome. Asked to be the pilot, though. I was the engineer, so was my son, and you're basically just pressing buttons. It is a little bit different than some of the others where, because your accuracy does matter on this, and your score matters as well, because it impacts the rest of the group. So you do have to kind of be on it if you're the gunner or if you're the engineer, but pilot is by far the coolest experience. I have not been the pilot yet, but my daughter and my son's friend, they were able to be pilot, and they said it was really, really fun. Hard, but really, really fun to do. So if you are making your way to Galaxy's Edge at any point, just ask to be pilot, or make sure that you're the two first people as you're kind of getting into the line, so that you get those pilot cards, because that is definitely by far the better experience, is my understanding. So many amazing things to do in Galaxy's Edge. I hope if you're a Star Wars fan that you're able to check it out sometime soon, because it really was great. So that does it for our quick little update on our weekend. If you are new to the channel and you kind of like the content, I'm sure you've already figured out that we are personal shoppers here at mickey'smagicaldelivery@gmail.com. So I have to limit the number of people that I shop for each time that I do a shopping trip. But if you were one of the first ones to send me an email once that window opens, then I'll do your shopping for you. It's $10 flat rate shopping charge, and I of course put all the information in the description box below. And we are doing another giveaway this month, because we've hit our 1,000 subscribers. Now I want to climb all the way up to 2,000. So we're going to do another mystery box of goodies for a winner from our September drawing. So if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button and we'll get you entered. 3 entries into the drawing for September for new subscribers, and existing subscribers already have one, just because you are an existing subscriber, and we want to say thank you. You can get additional entries just by commenting on each of the videos that we upload over the course of the month as well. Please feel free to email me at mickey'smagicaldelivery@gmail.com if you have any questions about anything from this, or Galaxy's Edge, or the personal shopping process, or anything like that. So until our next video, bye-bye.